Hello my dear friends and students. So after a long time I am making a video. So thought I should start with something which is important. So I am making a video on as you can see I am starting with vitamins. Few vitamins I have made videos earlier also. So I thought I should start with vitamin B1. Vitamins are very important topic in biochemistry, both for MBBS students as also in NEET examination. A major part of biochemistry questions are from this vitamins only. So let's start the topic. So in MBBS examination, first MBBS examination also, questions are a must from this vitamin part in Viva, that is oral examination during practicals, and also it may be asked as a part of a long question or in short note. So I have tried to cover everything in detail in this video, so you don't need to, so that you will not need to go across different books. I have tried to collect everything from all of the books available which we usually study for biochemistry. So let's start the topic. So these are the few points which I have written, few headings under which you should write the topic on any vitamin question if you have been asked. So first, if there is any synonym of the vitamin, then structure or chemistry, metabolism, functions, that is the biochemical function of the vitamin, deficiency disorders, RDA, sources, active forms. So these are the common headings on which usually you should describe a particular vitamin, and these are not hard and fast rule. Depending on the vitamins, few headings may be added or may be deleted from this part. So first, vitamin B1, as we know that it is also known as thiamine. So in few books it is written as thiamine, MINE, or in few it is written as thiamine. Okay, so these two are similar terms. You can use any of this, but usually we add E to the term thiamine, and it is not equals to thiamine. You should not confuse it with THYAMINE. This is a DNA base, this is not a vitamin. So these two can be used interchangeably, but I would suggest you to use this term because in most of the books it is written THIAMINE. So synonym of the vitamin B1 or thiamine are anurin, which are less commonly used, anti-beriberi factor because it is a causative agent for beriberi, antineuritic vitamins. So these are the few uncommonly used term for vitamin B1. We usually, or 99.9% of the time, we use the term thiamine only for vitamin B1. No one uses the term anurin, but it may be you should know if you are going to study a vitamin in detail what are the other nicknames for the vitamin. Coming to the structure, for few vitamins the structure is important, very important. Structure contains a pyrimidine ring. The structure part, to know the details of the structure part is usually important for the PG student, postgraduate students, but for UG student you should have a just a rough idea of the structure. Contains a pyrimidine ring plus a thiazole ring, which are held together by methylene ring. Means two ring structures are there, one is pyrimidine ring, one is thiazole ring, and these two rings are held together with the help of thiamine bridge. The thiazole ring contains sulfur atom. This is important topic, important point to be noted here. So the important point here is that it contains sulfur atom. So vitamin B1, it is a sulfur atom containing vitamin. Active form, it is thiamine pyrophosphate, or in few books like in Harper it is written as thiamine diphosphate. So, but we commonly use the term TPP, thiamine pyrophosphate, active form. For all the vitamins there will be an active form which actually take part in the physiological function or which has the biochemical role in our body. Or another active form is thiamine triphosphate. It may be the active form in the CNS. Okay, now how the TPP or active form is formed? The thiamine, it combines with ATP, enzyme is TPP transferase, It transfers a pyrophosphate group from the ATP to thymine to form thymine pyrophosphate, and uh, this active form of the vitamin is formed. Means an ATP is required for the synthesis of active form of vitamin B1. Then coming to metabolism, free form absorption occur in the small intestine, and in liver the active form is synthesized. So liver has a very important metabolic function in our body. Means majority of the functions take part in liver. It is a long question also, the role of liver. Lots of around 15 to 20 points are there. Means in liver function test is a question, very important question for both for undergraduate and postgraduate students. The function organ function test, there is a chapter in that, liver function test. So in liver the active form of this vitamin is synthesized. So if there is any disease of the liver, or in case of liver failure, this active form of vitamin will not be synthesized. Now coming to sources. In sources we always try to write the plant source as well as the animal source. The plant source, the alluron layer of the cereals is a rich source of thiamine. Alluron layer of the cereals is a rich source of thiamine. So polishing of rice removes 80% of the thiamine, and in parboiled rice and milled rice thiamine is not lost in polishing. So if there is parboiling of rice or the milled rice, in that case thiamine is not lost. So these are all healthy options compared to the polished rice which are usually consumed nowadays. Now coming to animal sources, pork, liver, heart, kidney are the sources, but important source are the plant source. Now coming to the functions, thiamine has key role in energy yielding metabolism, that is in carbohydrate metabolism of our body. So how they are how they play important role in carbohydrate metabolism? They take part in three important functions of carbohydrate metabolism, or means three important cycles of carbohydrate metabolism. In carbohydrate metabolism section you will get to know, or if you have studied you must have known, these are the three important vitamins in enzymes for which, in which thymine pyrophosphate is playing a role. Thymine pyrophosphate or co-carboxylase is the coenzyme for three multi-enzyme complex that catalyze oxidative decarboxylation reaction. So it may be asked as one of the MCQ question, in oxidative decarboxylation which vitamin is used? So you will write the answer thiamine or vitamin B1. Oxidative decarboxylation, this is one important term. The three enzymes are pyruvate dehydrogenase, alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase which is present in the TCA cycle, branched chain keto acid dehydrogenase which is involved in the metabolism of branched chain amino acids. So by the end of the year, in first MBBS, and if you are a PG student, these three enzymes have means are in your are a part of you. Means you will not be able to forget these three enzymes because they are very important enzymes: pyruvate dehydrogenase, alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, branched chain keto acid dehydrogenase. So first important function is oxidative decarboxylation for three enzyme complex. Second is coenzyme for transketolase in the pentose phosphate pathway or HMP pathway. In that, in transketolase enzyme they function as coenzyme, and it has a role in the transmission of nerve impulse. Just a minute, I am trying to zoom. TPP has a role in the transmission of nerve impulse. How? It phosphorylates and hence activates a chloride channel in the nerve membrane. So this is the mechanism by which they help in the transmission of nerve impulse. Therefore it might be the reason for the neuritis which is seen in the deficiency of this enzyme, and it is also required for acetylcholine synthesis, which is a neurotransmitter in the synapses of the nerves. So these are the three important functions of the vitamin B1 or thiamine. First is oxidative decarboxylation, that is energy yielding pathways. Transketolase enzyme in HMP shunt, role in transmission of nerve impulse. Now coming to the RDA, it depends on the calorie intake. Means for every 1000 calorie intake, one needs 0.5 milligram of thiamine, but in adult it is 1 to 1.5 milligrams per day. For children, 0.7 to 1.2. Here the unit is important, milligram, because this is one first and vitamin you are studying. By the end you will go up to vitamin B12. You might forget the this milligrams, which is it is if it is present in milligram or microgram quantity, because few vitamins are required in milligram quantity, few are required in microgram quantity. So the first and then at the end, while we study different types, different enzyme, different vitamins, I will make a chart in which we will try to mug up the things, we will try to summarize the things so that it will be easier. A final chart will be prepared for you. So the first, it is required in milligrams quantity. You can write 1 milligram or 1.5 milligram. For children, 0.5 to 1. In adult, 1 to 1.5, 0.5 to 1. You can remember like this. As we know, in pregnancy lactation the requirement increases. So in case pregnancy, lactation, old age, alcoholism, the requirement almost doubles, that is 2 milligrams per day. In alcoholism also the requirement increases, because for the metabolism of alcohol this vitamin is required. We will get to know in the later part of the video about this. Now coming to the deficiency symptoms. Two major deficiency symptoms are associated with the thiamine deficiency. That first one is beri. This is the classical symptom of vitamin B1. Second one is Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. These are the two important deficiency symptoms associated with the deficiency of vitamin B1 or thiamine. Now first we will go in detail about the beri. You may get a short note on the this topic, beri. It may be asked as a short note. It occurs when thiamine intake is less than 0.4 milligram per day. Means the requirement means almost half for a long period of time. For a long period of time, if you are not taking, if someone is not taking proper amount of vitamin B1, then in that case there will be a deficiency. So these are seen in usually alcoholics, poor persons, poor people, Western society, where the usually polished food and packaged food are eaten more, and where polished diet is the staple diet. The early symptoms are usually anorexia, means the vague symptoms, dyspepsia, weakness, so that no one will think of going to the remote of vitamin B1 deficiency. These are the very vague complaint usually if patient will be presenting. Now 4 forms of beri are there. One is wet beri. As here the symptoms are predominantly cardiovascular. So there will be edema of leg, face, trunk, means and the whole body there will be edema. Palpitation, breathlessness, distended neck veins, these are the signs seen. Death occurs due to cardiac failure. Now means in wet you can see there will be water retention or edema in the body. In dry beri there will be CNS manifestation, peripheral neuritis with sensory disturbance, paralysis may occur, and pin and needle sensation in legs usually is the complaining feature of the patient. So in that case you will look for if there is some cause of something in present in this, like you have to ask about the diet of the patient. If the patient is chronic alcoholic, like that you have to go in detail in history to find out the cause. Then another one is cardiac beri. Here the cardiomyopathy is the chief feature. Next one is infantile beri. Means 4 forms are there: wet, dry, cardiac and infantile. In infantile, as the name suggests, it is seen in infants, and you will be seen in the babies born with mother of thiamine deficiency. So the complaint will be mother will complain, will bring the baby to the doctor complaining that there is sleeplessness, vomiting, the child is irritable, like this. So this will be the complaining features. So you have to ask the diet history of the mother if she is not taking proper diet. So this is all about beri. Now what is Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome? So this as it is a syndrome, means it is collection of features different. So there will be Wernicke's encephalopathy and Korsakoff psychosis. So two things are there: Wernicke's encephalopathy and Korsakoff psychosis. Two things are there. So it is also known as cerebral beriberi. So we have read about four types. This one is fifth type: wet, dry, CVS cardiac beriberi, which is cardiomyopathy; infantile beriberi seen in infants; and the Wernicke-Korsakoff psychosis or syndrome is also called cerebral beriberi. What happens here is it is seen in chronic alcoholics. What is the reason behind that? I have described in the next page. We will see. Now, in encephalopathy, it comprises of ataxia, confusion, rhythmic to and fro motion of the eyeball. This is a important feature: rhythmic to and fro motion of the eyeball. Ocular muscles will be affected. Ocular muscles will be affected here. So Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome consists of Wernicke's encephalopathy and Korsakoff psychosis. And Wernicke's encephalopathy, the features of encephalopathy, that is ataxia, confusion, ocular muscles involvement. So the eyeball will be to and fro movement. Korsakoff psychosis, there will be amnesia. Now, what is the cause of thiamine deficiency in chronic alcoholics? The alcohol metabolism needs large amount of thiamine. It may be asked in the oral, that is why there is thiamine deficiency in alcoholics. The alcohol metabolism needs large amount of thiamine, and alcohol inhibits the intestine absorption of thiamine. So these two factors contribute to the thiamine deficiency. What will happen in that case? The pyruvate, as it is converted, it requires the what we have learned, pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme. It is needed in this step for the conversion of pyruvate to acetyl CoA, but in the absence of thiamine pyrophosphate or TPP, this pathway will not occur. So the pyruvate will move to an alternate pathway to form lactate, and it will cause life-threatening lactic acidosis in the patient. Now, so these are all about thiamine. What we have learned, I am trying to mug up in 2 minutes. First, you have to write synonym, less commonly used nickname, structure, active form, metabolism in the liver, the sources, plant and animal sources, function, important function, oxidative decarboxylase, coenzyme for transketolase, and role in nerve impulse. RDA depends on the calorie intake, 1 gram for adult, and just I am 1 milligram for adult per day. Children half. Okay, in pregnancy lactation 2. You can remember like that. It will be also taken as well and good, means you don't 0.7 to 1. It is not like that. You have to give the exact figure. 1, you can remember like that, 1.5 and 2. So it will be easy for you to remember, because there will be lot of data once you will study the whole vitamin part. The deficiency symptoms: beriberi, Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. Beriberi 4 types: wet, dry, cardiac, infantile. In wet there will be CVS manifestation, edema will be there. In dry beriberi there will be CNS manifestations, neuropathy will be there, pin and needle sensation will be the complaining feature. Cardiac beriberi, cardiomyopathy, infantile seen in children or babies or infants with who are exclusive on breastfeeding, in mothers with thiamine deficiency. Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, Wernicke's encephalopathy, Korsakoff psychosis, also called cerebral beriberi, rhythmic. What is the features of encephalopathy and Korsakoff psychosis? You have to understand. Cause of thiamine deficiency in alcohol, 2 causes. How it is causing lactic acidosis, how lactic acidosis will occur. Then thiamine deficiency due to thiaminase and pyrithiamine. Thiaminase means these are the two things. This may be asked usually in MCQ in pre-PG NEET examination. What is thiaminase? This enzyme is present in certain seafoods, and they cleave the pyrimidine and thiazole ring of thiamine and hence cause a deficiency. So here the structure is important. The pyrimidine ring and thiazole ring, which we have studied, which are connected together with the help of methylene bridge. The thiazole, it contains sulfur atom. So what causes the thiaminase enzyme? It cleaves this two pyrimidine and thiazole ring structure, cleaves it. So the structure of the enzyme vitamin is broken down, and hence it is inactive. Now pyrithiamine, it is a structural analog and antimetabolite for thiamine found in plants like ferns. In ferns, it is found in seafood. Thiamine is S for sea, and pyrithiamine found in ferns. You can remember like thiamine is seafood and pyrithiamine ferns. So usually the grazing animals which feed on the fern plants, usually they may develop fern poisoning due to overconsumption or overgrazing of ferns. Now, so these are the two thiamine deficiency due to two different enzymes. Thiamine nutritional status can be assessed by erythrocyte transketolase activation. So it is also one MCQ question. And if you answer well in oral examination, you may reach up to this point where the examiner will ask you this type of question. Nutrition means if you will be able to give proper answer for the basic questions, then only the examiner will go to up to this level of questions. Thiamine nutritional status can be assessed by erythrocyte transketolase activation. It is an in vitro test. Another term, that is Shoshin beriberi. In one book I came across this term, so I thought I should explain this to you. What is Shoshin beriberi? It may be asked sometimes. So it is acute fulminant beriberi. What happens? There is cardiovascular collapse, intractable hyperlactatemia, means lactic acidosis will be there, and deteriorating consciousness, means the patient will usually complain, there will be no past history. It is acute fulminating type and life threatening condition. If you patient will come with disorientation and maybe unconscious, and if you will look, the patient will be malnourished or cachexic. And patient will give a patient, or the if the patient is able to give the history or not, the relatives will give a history of recent intake of large amount of alcohol, and the patient is not on a proper diet. So in that case, the and it is a very means it gives quick response to vitamin thiamine injection. Injectable thiamine, if once given to the patient, they recover very means gracefully they recover. So this is all about the vitamin B1 or thiamine. So if you have any doubt in the topic, you can ask me in the comment section, or if you want to have any topic that I should explain or I should make a video on, please comment me in the comment section, and I will be very happy to help you all. Thank you. Happy reading.